Hey, Norman Gardner here. So, there is a stock character that appears in history and philosophy called the skeptic. The skeptic is always portrayed as outside of the collective, as a man apart with a leather jacket and a popped up collar and smoking a cigarette, and he's a skeptic. He doesn't believe the way the masses believe. He uses logic and reason, and he questions everything. He's a skeptic. He's brave. He's outside the mainstream. He is. Yeah, okay, we get the idea. Christopher Hitchens, skeptic. Puncturing with facts and reason and logic. Now, here's the thing about skepticism. Let's just actually go through get past the poetical portrayals of skeptics and look what it actually means. Skeptic means you don't have faith. Now, when I say faith, I don't mean religious faith. I mean any kind of faith in anything. That's what skepticism means. It means you want evidence for everything, more or less, okay? Skepticism means that you question everything. Sure, okay. Now, why is this considered brave? All right? Let's take a look at this, all right? So if you're a skeptic, you are playing it, you want to make absolutely sure that you know everything before you assume it's true. You don't trust anyone, right? You don't trust this guy that tells you something happened. I don't trust that. I have to see for myself, okay? This other guy says, that he thinks that because of this line of reasoning that something extraordinary is true. And you say, I don't believe that. I gotta see the evidence of it before I believe this extraordinary thing. Now, does that sound to you like a brave thing? Or does it sound like someone who is very cautious and who is playing it safe? Skepticism is essentially playing it safe. Because faith and trust are synonyms. All faith means is trust. So if you hear anyone say, I don't take anything on faith, what they're really saying is, I don't take anything on trust. I don't trust anyone but myself. All right? Famous skeptic quote, and I'm just remembering this from, I'm just taking this from memory, so I'm not going to paraphrase. Basically, David Hume, skeptic philosopher, says in I think it's it's not Critique of Pure Reason, that's Kant. Never mind. He says in one of his books that, if you take any book in the library and open it up, and if it contains anything but facts and figures, if it contains any metaphysics or theology, then throw it into the flames, because it is only illusion. It's only just vanity. It's useless, basically. It's rubbish. Now, that's hold up as, oh, that's very brave. No, it's not. It's not brave. It's actually just very, very cautious. So, okay, unless I can prove everything in this book, then it's just, I'm not going to believe it. I have nothing, there's nothing for me. Okay, you paraphrase that even more, saying, I don't trust anybody. I only believe in things I can absolutely believe, like facts and logic and figures and things, So, is it really brave to believe in facts and logic? No, it's not. Everyone believes in facts and logic. That's why the skeptic is resorting to them, because he can believe it. Well, yeah, congratulations. Everyone believes that. Skepticism is not brave. I'm not saying it's cowardly, but I'm saying it's the opposite of brave. It's playing it safe. Okay, skepticism is playing it safe. That's what it means. Okay, and that doesn't mean skepticism is bad. Okay, it's a useful tool, very useful. You don't want to believe everything. You have to be skeptical. You have to use your head. I'm totally in favor of that. Absolutely. And if I believe in something that I can't really nail down with logic, then, well, I gotta re-examine that belief and say, why do I believe it? Okay? However, if you're too skeptical, you will go insane and you will start believing in nothing. Because here's the thing. Everything is based on faith. Okay? So, say a skeptic believes in, I only believe in science. Okay, science by itself is an examination of the natural world. And what we call the laws of science are not laws. They are a recognition of a pattern of behavior. Meaning, these particles, these phenomena, they behave the same way every time. So, then I'm going to trust that they believe in nothing. Trust, faith. Okay? Science by itself can never answer the question, hey, tomorrow this particle is going to act in an opposite way. Why? Because science has no way of knowing what those laws are based on. Okay? That takes faith. All right? Now, it's a very well-based faith, but it's still faith. Okay? It's still faith. Because tomorrow, gravity could stop working. We have no idea why gravity works. We know how it works. We can mathematically predict how it works very, very well, but we don't know why it works. And any honest science would admit this. This is not controversial, I'm saying. It's just the facts of life. We just assume that it works. All right? So, but we do have faith it works. All right? So, say, if you're going to be really skeptical, you can say, well, why won't it work a different way tomorrow? Why won't all the measurements that people have reported are all lies? It's a big conspiracy. And why, if the established science aren't right, the established science are all part of a conspiracy to hold things back. How can I trust them? They're just humans. They lie too. How can I trust that their measurements are wrong? The ultimate skeptic is a conspiracy theorist. Okay? Think of a conspiracy theorist. He trusts no one. He trusts absolutely no one but himself. That's why he can believe, oh, all these, you give him evidence, oh, the moon landings aren't fake. Millions of people, participated in the Apollo space program. Oh, those millions of people are all part of the conspiracy. I don't trust any of them. I didn't see it for myself. I don't trust them. Do you really think a man can land on the moon, etc.? You can take the same line of reasoning down to insanity. Okay? Everything ultimately is based on faith. If only faith in your own eyes and ears. All right? So, skepticism taken to an extreme is just insane. And skepticism not taken to an extreme, it's not really brave. It's just playing it very safe. If you play it safe and everything, you won't be able to do anything. Okay? You will be paralyzed in this tight little world where the only person you trust is yourself. Faith is needed to just live life, just to be happy, you have to be faithful. You have to have faith that the person that you're talking to isn't a liar. You have to have faith that asking that girl out, she'll say yes. You have to have faith that going to that job interview that you might get a chance to do it. This is just common sense. So skepticism is playing it safe. That's all it is. A skeptic is not a rebel. A skeptic is a conservative. A skeptic is a boomer. A skeptic is just a guy who's too afraid to do anything else. So you should never define yourself as a skeptic. You should move past that. It's just a tool that you use sometimes. Skeptics are basically, in the end, if you call yourself by a skeptic, I hate to say this, eventually it just means you're a coward. That you're too afraid to take any leap of faith of any kind. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.